Christmas bells ring ring, swinging my shopping bag, singing.
Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Maria, and today I'm going to be trying out a couple of new releases from Burberry Beauty. They're both from the Monogram Collection. It's been released for the holidays, and one is the Signature Eye and Face Palette, and the other is, there are 4 shades of the Burberry Kisses lipstick. These are in the satin formula. There are 4 shades that's been released for the holidays. Now at this stage they still haven't been released in the US, but I did take a look at the Burberry Beauty, it's the US website, this morning, just to take a look to see what else they said about these products. And it did have this picture on the website, and it did have underneath that they were coming soon. So I don't know when the release date will be for the US, but hopefully it won't be too far away. So I've already put on my primer. I used the Sisley one, and because I'm using Burberry products, I thought I would put on the Burberry foundation. I've showed this before in a video quite a long time ago. This is the Matte Glow foundation, and this is in the colour Medium Neutral number 50. Now those of you that have watched my other videos, you know that I live in New Zealand and it's summer here at the moment, and the weather is fairly warm, and this foundation is perfect. I can wear this foundation in the winter as well, but it is perfect for these warmer days. So to put this foundation on, I'm going to use the Sonia G. It's the Jumbo Base Brush. That's from the Fusion collection she put out a little while ago now. This foundation, it says it's a matte glow. It's sort of like other foundations that say that they are a soft matte. It doesn't dry completely down, and I still powder it. I do powder it quite lightly, but I just find it a really good foundation for my oily skin. And then for my concealer, I'm going to use the Chanel. It's the Longwear one. This is in the shade B30. So I've now put on my eyeshadow primer. I've also done my eyebrows, and I powdered under my eyes using the By Terry pressed powder, and I just did a very light dusting with the Lamia powder brush using the Sisley powder. I didn't have to powder down too much at all, so I just wanted to just give a very light dusting. So now I'm going to put on some bronzer. I'm going to use one of my favourite ones. This is the Chantecaille bronzer, and this is in the shade Goss.
Santa, forgive me, 'cause this year I'm done being polite. So keep yourself busy, 'cause I don't need you creeping tonight.
So now let's take a look at the Burberry Signature Eye and Face Palette. And this is, as I said before, the Monogram Collection. Here is the outside packaging. It's just the fairly standard Burberry packaging. This eyeshadow palette is made in Italy, and it just gives an overall weight of all the products that are in this palette, and it says that there are 17.5 grams of product. And the eyeshadow palette itself is really, really beautiful with gold sleek packaging. It says on their website it is to celebrate the festive season with this limited edition gift from Burberry Beauty, housed in a sleek gold packaging adorned with the Thomas Burberry monogram. So inside this palette are 4 eyeshadows. There is also 1 blush and a highlighter. And inside the palette has a fairly generous sized mirror. And then there are the 4 eyeshadows. There is a blush and a highlighter. The eyeshadows has 1 matte, has 2 satins and a shimmer. They say that the golden one is a shimmer. The highlighter is supposed to be a rose gold shimmer, and the blush is supposed to be a dusky pink matte. So I'll do some swatches of the eyeshadows first on my arm, and I'll just read from the website about what they say and a bit more detail about this palette. It says that they are coated with advanced powder technology. The eyeshadows combine sensorial textures with maximum colour payoff and long-lasting hold. Extremely soft and creamy. The Burberry Beige boasts a velvety touch. The Bridal Brown and Dark Carmine have a pearly finish, and Golden offers a soft metallic veil. And then they say highly pigmented and illuminating. The Rose Gold blush and Dusky Pink highlighter create a lit from within glow. So what I'll do is I will swatch all of these on my arm so you can take a look. So this one is the Burberry Beige, and this is a matte. It felt really soft and creamy, just like they said it did on the website. This one is the Golden Shimmer. This one here is Dark Carmine, that's a satin. And this one is Bridal Brown, and that is a satin as well. This one is the blush, and I don't know whether you'll be able to see it that well. I'll put on a few layers. It is a really, really pretty soft pink. The formula does feel really nice. And then we'll go to the highlighter, which is described as a Rose Gold Shimmer. Let's go over that one again as well. Now, I haven't tried any Burberry eyeshadows before. They felt really nice when I swatched them, so I can't compare them to any other Burberry eyeshadows that they have released before. I wanted their last release, but I don't think it ever came to New Zealand, or I wasn't able to get my hands on it. So I'm going to start off with the Rephr number 15, and I'm going to go into the shade. It's the Burberry Beige, that is the matte one.
Dear Saint Nick, goodbye, I'm over this. Your promises are hard to believe. Baby, I don't need your gifts, you're free.
So I thought that this colour would be really light on my lid, and you wouldn't be able to see it. But you actually can. They're fairly, well, this colour seems to have pretty good payoff, considering how light it looks in the palette. There is a little bit of kick up in the pan, but nothing too major. I'm just going to take that same shade with the Rephr number 3 and just take that on my lower lash line. I'll go over with the dark colour as well. Now, I do like it that out of the 4 eyeshadows, there is the matte, the one that I just put on, with the other 2 being a satin and a shimmer. Sometimes it can be just a little bit too much, and I do like it when there is a matte shade that I can put on first, just sort of to ground the other colours. So I'm going to go in next with the darker colour. That's the Bridal Brown. That is in a satin. I'm going to take the Rephr number 14. As I said, this one is the satin. It seems to be blending really well.
I light it brighter than the tree. And maybe I'm more selfish than I should be. But sometimes
And that is a really nice deep brown colour. And then again, using the Rephr number 3, just take that shade, my lower lash line as well. Now, just before I go into that dark carmine colour, I'm still going to use that same dark shade and just put a little bit on the outer corner here. I'll go over with that carmine colour. So now let's try out this dark carmine. This is also in a satin formula as well. This is with the Sonia G, it's the mini booster. These shadows are really, really soft. Well, this carmine colour is really, really lovely. So I'm using the Worker 3 brush, and I'm going to put that all over the lid. To me, this looks, they call it a dark red, dark carmine. To me, it has a little bit of orange in it. Just a touch, but it is a really, really pretty colour. And that shade is almost like sort of a rust colour. So again, I'm going to take the Rephr number 3. I really like this shade. And I'm going to run that just under here. Then I'm going to go into the golden shimmer and give that a try. I'm going to try it first with the Sonia G brush. This is the Builder 3. And I'm going to put it over the carmine, just over this part, and a little bit in the middle.
Got all your baggage killing my vibe. You're saying it goodbye. I'm over this. Your promises are hard to.
So now I'm going to line my upper lash line using the darkest shade, the one called Bridal Brown. I think that'll be dark enough to be able to give a bit of definition. So I've now put my mascara on, and now that I've got my mascara on, or even before I put my mascara on, I thought the eyeshadows looked really, really beautiful, and all four together are just stunning. I think it looks really, really lovely. These blended really beautifully too. So now let's try the blush. This is the Dusky Pink. It's the matte one. And I'm going to first try it with the Chikuhodo brush. This is the F03 brush. And just see how it applies with this brush. It's a very, very soft colour, which I don't mind a really soft colour as long as it is buildable, especially when I have quite a bold eye. I consider this to be a bold eye for me, and then if I do that, I normally go in with quite a soft coloured blush anyway. And it is buildable. It is a really, just a beautiful soft colour. It blends beautifully too. So I think the blush colour is beautiful. It is a dusty pink. It's just a very soft wash of colour. I have pulled out the BK Beauty, the 104, just to see if it does, just using a synthetic brush and one that's slightly more dense than that Chikuhodo one, and just see if you can get a little bit more pickup. So I do think you get slightly more lay down with the product. It's just a very light colour. Like I said, I think it's very beautiful, and it is hard to tell because I'm layering on top of what I already put on. But I do think you get slightly more pickup if you just use a slightly more dense brush. But even before I applied this layer, I thought that the colour was really, really pretty. So now let's take a look at the highlighter. And the highlighter is called the Rose Gold Shimmer. And I'm going to use the Chikuhodo. This is the KZ03. This is the highlight brush. And I seem to be picking up quite a bit of product with it. I don't like a huge amount of highlighter anyway. I only like it to be fairly subtle. But even with this very soft brush, there is definitely quite a bit of lay down. So even with that really soft brush, you definitely get the payoff with this highlighter. You could even get more payoff if you used a dense brush, or you could even use your finger if that's the type of look that you want. But I like the amount that was laid down just with that KZ03 brush. For me, it just looks really, really pretty and gives just enough highlight. Doesn't seem to emphasize the texture that I have, and I think it looks really, really pretty. So now we'll take a look at the lipstick. So I only picked up the one lipstick. I think there are 4 in this limited edition range. There were 4 for sale, at Sephora. So the one that I picked up is Delicate Rose. That's number 14. Now this is the same as the other Burberry, or the same formula as the other Burberry Kisses lipsticks that were put out earlier this year. But these are with the limited edition packaging. It is the Thomas Burberry Monogram, and really lovely gold packaging. These have 3.3 grams of product. Now the other shades that this comes in is, I'll have a look at the website now. There is one called Oxblood, which is a very dark colour. Looks like it has some deep brown and red in there. And then there is one called the Red, which is a more brighter red. And then another one called Russet. So these just have the pull-off lid. Here is the bullet inside. I'll put it up a bit further. It has a Burberry logo just stamped in the middle there. I'll put my hand behind so you can see it. And it just has the magnetic lid. So I'll swatch this on the back of my hand so you can take a look at the shade. As I said, these are a satin lipstick and they have hyaluronic acid in them, so they are a very moisturizing type of lipstick. So I'm not going to put any lip liner on with this. I'm just going to put it on and see what it looks like. So here is the finished look. I think the eyeshadows are just beautiful. Now it does say that you can have this as a simple day look or a really spectacular night look. For me, this would be more of an evening look than an everyday look, but that's just for me. And if I wanted to go to a daytime look, I would use the one more neutral shade here and also the deep brown shade down here. But if I was never going to use the really gold colour or the carmine colour, then I wouldn't see much point in picking this palette up. But if you like the look of that carmine colour, which I think is just gorgeous with the deep brown, and I really love this golden colour. It really is, well, it throws quite a lot of yellow, but I think it is really, really beautiful. Now these eyeshadows also blended really beautifully. I didn't have to work them at all. At this stage, they don't seem to emphasize the texture that I have. And they do say on their website that these are supposed to be really long lasting. So it'll be interesting to see how these wear throughout the day, especially now the weather is a bit warmer with my oily skin, and I do have oily eyelids as well. And the blush is really beautiful. The colour is dusty pink, so that suggests that it is a very soft wash of colour, and that's exactly what it is. You can build it up to a degree, but it's a soft colour. You're not going to get this bright pink, which I wouldn't really like anyway. And for a blush, and like I said, when I'm wearing a bold eye, I really just like that soft wash of colour on my cheeks. I really like the highlighter, considering that I use that very soft brush. I think I got a lot of payoff, and I think it looks really, really good. And it doesn't emphasize the texture up here on my cheekbones. I think it lifts the cheeks a bit and it looks really, really pretty. I love this colour lipstick, and I'm pleased I chose it. When I got it, I thought, oh, maybe I should have gone for the ones that looked like they had a bit more brown in them, or for the bright red. But I like this colour with this eye look for me. Again, when I go bold eyes, sometimes if I have a bold eye look, I would either go like for a really bold, more darker red, and that's really, I hardly ever do that. Normally, if I have an eye look that is a little bit more bold like this, then I tend to go for a more softer shade, and I think this looks really nice with the whole look. So overall, I'm really pleased that I picked this up. I think it is a beautiful palette. Like I said, I hadn't tried Burberry eyeshadows before, and I'm pleasantly surprised. I think they worked really, really beautifully, and I think this color story is just really, really stunning. The blush is really pretty, the highlight is gorgeous, and the lipstick shade I think goes really well with the eye look. So that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Ring, ring, the Christmas bells, ring, ring. Swinging my shopping bag, singing.